Hello, good morning, how are you? My name's Samantha and this is my Flosstube. This is where I talk about all my stitching that I'm doing for the week. The way that I work my videos is I do a little clip every morning. I'll show you what I've stitched from the day before. As this is Monday, I'll show you what I've stitched on Friday and over the weekend. And then I spin a wheel to decide what I'm going to stitch today because I am terrible at making decisions. I started doing the wheel a few months ago and it's really been working for me because I have ADHD, and sometimes having the fun thing about ADHD means I want to start all the things all the time, but I then get overwhelmed with the amount of things that I have to choose from and then I end up not doing anything. So this way I actually get stitching done, which is great. And I don't mind which project I work on because none of them have got specific time limits apart from my head cell, and it means that I get to work on things that I actually enjoy. So I've picked, I don't know how many things are on my wheel actually, but I've picked things and put them into categories. Let's have a look on my wheel. Of course there's an update. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 categories. See on there. I have Etsy patterns, a full coverage, a monochrome, a printed pattern, a kit, a fancy lady, and a PDF. Because I have lots of just like random PDFs that I've bought from varying different shops, or they've been freebies or whatever. Like I have lots of patterns that don't fit into other categories, so I just put them as PDF. And yeah, I spin that up and off we go. And then at the end of the week, I smoosh all these together and upload on a Friday for you. It's been like so good. I keep saying this, I didn't expect so many people to be watching, and everybody's been like so nice and so kind. People have been watching, I've had people subscribing, and it's made me very happy. Right, let's show you what I did at the end of last week on, oh, actually no, I'll start with my head cell first. Technically, as long as this gets done by the end of the year, I'm not behind, but I'm behind where I want it to be. Oh, see, you can actually see it on screen. I sent a picture of this to my boyfriend and I was like, look, I've got a flag, it's not just sky. And he's like, but when you see it from a distance, this is the thing with full coverage, when you look at it close up, you don't really see, but I can clearly see the flag on there. It's the top of a tower. So I'll show you the picture, that would help. This is the one that I'm doing. There's the little guys in there, and it is this flag up here. It's called Elegant Company on a Terrace, and this is the year-long stitch along from Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm doing this on 25 count easy grid. You can't sign up to do this anymore, but they do it every year. And what they do is they pick, I think it's 12 patterns. You pick one of them and pay for one of them, and then if you complete 6 pages of that by then, and they have to be full pages, not the partials. If you can complete 6 pages of that by the end of the year, you get all 12 patterns. If you complete the entire thing by the end of the year, then you get all 12 patterns plus another pattern from the Heaven and Earth Design shop. So it's lovely. It's really nice. So I have this set up. I'm using Stitch Pal. And according to Stitch Pal, if I do, I think I'm at 260 stitches a day now. If I do 260 stitches a day, I'll have this finished by the 1st of December, like the full thing. So, because it gets released in parts, so I have the first 4 pages and the partial at the end, and it gets released in 3 different parts. So, it depends on how you like stitching. I'm doing this in Royal Rose, which I'm really enjoying doing. It's the first time I've done it. And I've actually started off my other full coverage. I've restarted that to do that in Royal Rose as well, because I was trying it in diagonals and diagonals apparently just confused me. It would seem I can't count. So I'm stitching that in CXC threads, which I also have not used before, and I'm really happy with them. The coverage on them is lovely. On Friday, I spun up this. Let's get the picture up for you. There we go. On Friday, I spun up this, which is, I think it's called like Viking Crows or something. It's from an Etsy shop. This is my monochrome pattern, even though it's from an Etsy shop. What ignore that. I've got a lot of patterns on Etsy to get through, so it makes sense to split them up. This is my monochrome piece. I've been working on this for a really, really long time, and I got a page finish, and I've started on the next page. So I finished. This is page 6 here, and this little bit here in this corner of the swirl, that's into page 7. So I've been quite enjoying stitching this over the weekend. This is the threads for it. Ignore the dog hair. Sorry. So ignore the dog hair on it, but this is the threads. It is a DMC 4245, which it turns out I'm struggling to get, and I'm on my last skein of it. Now, I don't have any more bulk stitching to do. So it's mirror image, so this big gap here will be filled with this. So there's not an awful lot of like solid stitching to do, and all the bit that comes around the bottom, I'll show you on the picture again, all the bit that comes around the bottom is like this fluffy stuff. But I don't know if one skein is going to be enough. I don't think it is. So yeah, I'm trying very, very hard to get another couple of skeins. I can order it from America and pay like 20 quid in shipping, but I'm not going to do that. Right, let's have a wee look, see what I'm going to spin today. Ooh, so last week I spun this, I'm sure I spun this on Thursday and on Friday. I definitely stitched it twice last week, and apparently I'm stitching it again today, which is great because it's in the hoop and I can just stick it back in my Lowry stand and carry on with it. So that works out quite good. Oh, I never said, it's on 28 count even weave. Yeah, 28 count even weave. So it's pretty easy stitching now that I've had an awful lot of problems with this bird over here. The count was off all over the place, and I would like to get across, where are we? This side. I would like to get across to here, and yeah, I don't have an awful lot of fabric on this side because for some reason I started it off centre. I don't know what I was thinking, but clearly I wasn't. But that's been a whip for such a long time now. But I love it, I love the pattern on it. Right, I'm going to go because we're at 8.5 minutes. It's 8 o'clock, I need to go and take the kids to school. And I've got a billion and one things to do today because it's Monday, and that's what happens on Monday. I start off with a full list of everything that I want to get done this week, and I just do as much as I can on the Monday, and then trickle it down for the rest of the week. However, I do have some stuff that has to be done today. There's a lot of admin stuff for when I moved house. I moved house in September, end of September, beginning of October, and yeah, it turns out I've still been paying bills for the old house because even though I told them I had moved house, they didn't update their records, and now I've had a bill through saying, oh, you owe us this much, even though I've been paying the bill for the other house. So I'll have to get that sorted out today. I envisage that being a rather long phone call because it always is. Right, I hope everybody's had a lovely weekend. I will be back tomorrow with some more progress on the ravens, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Okay, bye. Hello, good morning. It is Tuesday. It is the 28th of January. Just come back from taking the kids to school, and it started absolutely bucketing it down with rain when I was out. So I'm looking a little drowned ratty. Apologies. But it's not too bad. It's warm. There's no wind. I don't mind the rain so much. Scottish. I don't mind the rain so much. I don't like it when it's windy. The wind is a nightmare, and thankfully that has stopped. But I am a little bit soggy. So I'm going to record this, and then I'm going to get changed into some nice warm fluffy clothes and curl up on the sofa and do some work. Or some stitching, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see which one wins by the time I'm done. So yesterday I spun up ravens for like the billionth time in a row. I didn't get a huge amount done, but I did get some done. So I worked on this section here. Yeah, that's like this is the page break. So my camera is back to front, so it's not like, in order for you to see things the right way around, I have it mirrored. So it's a little confusing. My brain just cannot seem to comprehend it. But this is the page break here. And this is going to come down and just be another one of these swirls in this area here, because the pattern's a complete mirror image of itself. So it is getting there. I've spoken about it a lot, so there's not really much to say about it. I'm using DMC 4245, which I think I'm definitely going to have to get more of. But I'm going to wait until I actually run out before I order some more, because I'm on this whole no spend thing at the minute, so I only want to order what I think I'm going to need. Or I would ideally also like to find somewhere locally that sells it, because apart from the fact I like to support local, it's also, if you go to buy something online, you always end up buying more, don't you? To either, oh well, I can't just buy one skein, or I can't just buy a couple of skeins, or, you know, I need to make it up for the postage. Honestly, the free postage thing gets me every time. I'm terrible for it. Because I'm always like, well, you know, that's a fiver that I could be spending on more things that I could use. I know. But I've done really well. I've got all the way through January without buying anything. So it's good. Actually, that's not true. I spent £2.75 in a sewing magazine that had, oh, excuse me. In a sewing magazine, they had a free pattern and you paid for the postage. So I got that and I paid £2.75 for it. But other than that, I haven't bought any craft supplies. It doesn't really look like it, but I have actually been sorting out and organising over there a little bit. It's just that there's so much stuff and not enough storage for it. So it's getting there. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I have decided I'm going to start working my way through this book. Because I've got lots and lots and lots of books, lots of craft books for sewing, for stitching, for embroidery, for crochet, for knitting, for like everything sort of needlework, yarny stuff. I've got books for it, and I would like to start using them. So I'm going to start working my way through this one because it has lots of nice little patterns in it. See, there's some of the ones on the back, and a lot of them are fairly like simple little patterns that are quite nice things, and some of them are things that I can give for gifts or keep for using in the house, or stuff that I could put in my shop, you know, just some nice little things. And it's something different to do, and I have got so much fabric. I don't know if you can see up there, those big totes up there are full of, there's like three big ones and a small one that are stacked with fabric, and then three big ones and a small one that are stacked with yarn. Most of these little basket cubby things, and that's a 4x4. Most of these little baskets are full of fabric. These here, one of these is, I think this one is full of needle felt and stuff, and this one is full of like wadding and interfacing and all that sort of stuff. And then I've got a cupboard over there that is full of yarn. And I've got a big cupboard in there that is full of my cross stitch stuff, fabric, yarn. I've got so much stuff. I need to work my way through it. If you've watched on my other channel, you'll have seen me talking about this. I'm doing a no spend and just trying to work through my stash this year and try and get it to a manageable level, because I didn't realise how much stuff I had until I moved house. I moved house sort of end of September, beginning of October. I think I finally moved into this house. My first official day living here was the 15th of October, and I am still unpacking because there has just been so much stuff. Not just in here, just in general. I kind of realise that I shop when I'm stressed, or when I'm sad, or when I'm just, or just because I impulse buy. I impulse buy a lot of things as well. Like if something's on sale, I'm terrible for that. Because I have ADHD, I have no impulse control at all. So I'm really, really, really struggling to... Sorry, my phone keeps going off. I'm really, really, really struggling at the minute to not buy things, because I keep seeing all this lovely stuff. All the January sales have been on. Everybody's bringing out new patterns. Everybody's bringing out like all this new stuff all the time. And yeah, FOMO's a thing. But I'm doing it. I'm working my stash. I've got all these books, all these patterns, all these just everything. I bought the stuff because I love it and I want to start actually using it. So that's what I'm doing. I've also got like a ton of cross stitching that hasn't been FFO'd, which I discovered like a stack of it. So I'm going to slowly start working my way through that as well and start FFOing things. I found one. It's, I think it's a Little House Needle Works pattern, and it's cakes. And I had actually made this for my ex, but I had just done the stitching on it. He wasn't my ex at the time, it's when we were still together. And we've been separated for like nearly 3 years now. And I found it. It's my kid's dad, and we still kind of talk-ish for the kids. But yeah, I had done that for him because he's a bit of a cake monster. I don't know how, he's like proper skinny, but he just eats so much cake. He likes cake and chocolate and things. I think I've put on the weight for him and his bad eating habits, because I don't actually eat badly. Sorry, tangent. So I had made this, like it's a long one, and it's got like 2 cakes and then a border, like chocolate and vanilla. So I can't even remember what it's called. I'll find it. If I remember, I'll find it and I'll bring it out, and I'll try and maybe either FFO it and show you it tomorrow, or I will just get it out and see how it goes. It's on fabric that I dyed myself, and it was the very first time I'd ever dyed fabric. So it's quite cool. I like it. I might still give it to him, because his house is still full of my stuff. All like, he has a wall full of cross stitch and embroidery. It's all mine. If I took all the stuff that is mine out of his house would be empty. But it's stuff that I don't have room for in here, a lot of it. He's been storing a lot of it for me. Anyway, right. Sorry, I'm just like very, very waffly. I'm looking for my phone. I've literally just put it down there. I'm very, very waffly today. Let's have a look. Let's see what we're stitching today. I'll stop talking. Ooh. Totoro. Right, so this is my kit. Oh. Let me see. Where is Totoro? Totoro is... There we go. And I'm almost finished. It's split into 4 pages. Oh, Jesus. Split into 4 pages, and I'm almost finished the second page. I've just got... It's really hard to see because there's a lot of white stitching on it. I've got this little section in here to do, and there's a couple of stitches under there, and the bunny's feet need to get done, and I think there's 1 stitch on there for the bunny's eyeball, 3 stitches for his feet, and the rest of it is just filling in that little section there, and then underneath there, and there's a couple of stitches on this side to do. And then I will be moving the hoop and putting it on the next page and getting rid of some of these threads that are hanging off them. I don't know why I decided just to leave all these threads hanging. I'm not sure what I was thinking. But this is a nice little pattern. I like it. This is on 18 count, just plain white Aida that came with the kit. And it's very cute. There is a lot of back stitching on it. I have spoken before about my back stitching. But look. Like, it's not even like you can skip any of the back stitching on it, because it's just the back stitch is going to make the pattern. Right. That's what we're doing today then. I have a few other things to do. I've got some crochet stuff to do. I've got some sewing to do. I've got a bunch of fabric in the washing machine right now, which I should probably go and check and get that hung up so that I can start using it. So I don't know. We'll see how much stitching time I get done. But that one's not too bad to stitch on. It's quite like chunks of stitching. So yeah, if I can get a reasonable amount of time, I can get a few chunks done. Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, it's a long one today. I'm sorry. I've waffled a lot. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. No, good morning. It is 7:30 in the morning, so I'm going to try and get this quickly done before we go off to school. It's Wednesday. Did I say that? I don't think I said that. It's Wednesday, and it is so cold this morning. It'll be a brisk walk to school so that we can warm up a little bit. It is very, very cold. But I got a little bit of stitching done. Yesterday, I spun up Totoro. Ooh, Totoro. And I got my page finish. Where is he? Where did he go? Come on. Right, we're a little tangled here. So I finished off. I still have threads everywhere. I finished off this bottom page down here. Then I've moved the hoop and I've started putting in threads on this side, because as you can see, I for some reason decided to have lots of loose threads. So I've just started working those threads in. So it doesn't look massively exciting because it's just little bits here and there, but I got the page finish and I have started on page number 3 and I've started working some threads in. So I'm happy with that. It's quite easy stitching because it's block stitching, but it's pretty solid block stitching. Like there's a lot of stitches in that. So yeah. I found yesterday as well. Remember I was saying about getting some stuff FFO'd. I clearly didn't FFO it, but this is the pattern that I was talking about. Vanilla and chocolate. I can't find the actual pattern somewhere. It'll be in one of the boxes in the cupboard, but I'm pretty sure it's a Little House Needleworks. I dyed the fabric myself. It's this like turquoisey, because I had decorated the living room in turquoise and silver, and yeah, it's cute. Oh, I just used my own colours for it, just whatever I'd had in stash at the time, and I've still got all that, so I might do another one. But while I was there, I also found this, which just needs the hoop finished. I found this, which is a Lizzie Kate. Cleaning the house while the children are growing. It's like shoveling snow while it's still snowing. I found this, which is Country Cottage Needleworks maybe, or Little House Needlework, I can't remember. Got that one. I've got this little guy, and I've got this little guy. So they were all together. I honestly don't know, and I don't know where the rest of my finishes are. Those few happened to be together. So I've taken them out now and leaving them out so that I might actually FFO them at some point. Right. So I'm rushing through this because we need to leave very soon. Let's have a look and see what I'm stitching on today when I get back. Harley. Right. Harley is my printed cross stitch. It's a kit that I'd got off Amazon years ago. Pretty sure it's AI. Whatever. There you go. And if you have not seen printed cross stitch before, I have explained it before, but for anybody who's new, you literally, there's wrong side. There's the key down the side, and you just match up the kit colour. It all comes on got a hair in my mouth. It all comes with the numbers on it, and you just match up the symbol to this. I am currently working on the yellow because that's just the biggest bulk of it. Can't remember, I think I was working over this side last time. But yeah, it's just stitching on yellow. The only problem I have with this, and I might try it in a Q-snap actually, the only problem I have with this is there's not enough of a border to put it in a hook properly. So I've mostly been stitching it in hand. Once I get to the middle bits it'll be fine, because I normally stitch with a hook, but I don't like stitching in hand, it gives me hand cramps. But I might try and see if I can find a Q-snap. I only own one Q-snap because I got it to try it and wasn't really massively into it, so I never bought any more. But that could be perfect for getting that on there, because it's going to be, I can fit that into my library stand and I won't end up getting sore fingers and hands. Right, I'm going to go. 5.5 minutes, that's not too bad. Right, be back tomorrow. Bye. Hello, good morning. It's Thursday and we are almost at the end of the week. I've got today and tomorrow and then that's it. So we're on for a couple of minutes quickly before I go to school. Let's see, what did yesterday I spun up Harley, which is my printed cross stitch. I worked on this section down here. I've got about 200 and something stitches done over in this area. It's going to take me a while. She's fairly big, but this colour here is going to be like the bulk of it. So I decided to start with that. And what colour is it? I think it's 93. Yeah, 939. So it looks black, but it's actually a really, really, really dark blue. Actually, even in real life, when I look at it, it looks black, but it's not. When I look at it in the skein, under certain lights, you can see that it's blue. But when it's stitched on here, it looks black. So, yeah, just plodding along with that. I didn't have an awful lot of time yesterday. Yesterday was like super busy. I got some done, and some is better than none. So let's have a wee look. We've got an update on the app, which apparently took like half a second to do. Right, let me see. What are we going to be doing today? Xenia. Right, let's get Xenia. Where is she? Is she in this one? No, she is not. You'd think I would know what bags things are in by now. Let's get the picture up for you. She is a Nora Corbett, and this is where we are. I think the last time I had finished doing this section here, so I'm just going to be moving down and working on the next section now. It's been done on a, I think it's a 14 count, might be a 16 count, tan colored Ada. I'm just using all the called for because, yeah, I like the called for colours on it. I have another couple of the smaller Nora Corbett's as well, which I'm not sure because I have a couple of the smaller ones, but I also have the Raven Queen, and she's a slightly bigger project, but I'm not sure. I need to get this one finished first and then I'll decide. But there's a few in that series. I can't remember the name of the series. It might be something to do with witches. I'm not sure. It might not be. But there's a few in different colours. So I think there's like a red one, a green one, a blue one. It's probably a purple one. But we'll see. We'll see when we get around to them. And yeah, that's about it. That's me for today. 3.5 minutes. That was quick. Yesterday was just like an awful lot of rushing around busyness. I got a new sewing pattern. I'm on a no spend. I don't know if I've spoken about it on this channel or not, but I'm doing a no spend for the year because I need to get rid of all of my stash. But I did buy this because it was in a sewing magazine and the actual pattern itself was free and you just paid for the postage. And these are the sort of things that I want to start selling in my shop. So I got that and I want to have a little play around with that. Hopefully today, but we'll see. We'll see how I get on with time because I've got quite a few other things I need to do today as well. But I would like to have a little go with that. I've not used a paper pattern in so long. Like not like this type of paper pattern. I've not used one of these in so long. Because normally if I'm using patterns I've got the PDF and I've printed them out and stuck them together. This stuff is far thinner. It'll be fine. It'll be awesome. I'll manage it. Right, I'm going to go. I'll be back tomorrow with hopefully some decent amount on Xenia. Tomorrow will be the last spin for the week. And tomorrow we'll be getting uploaded. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, how are you? It's Friday. This is going to be super speedy because I've got virtually nothing to show you. I did like maybe about 50 stitches yesterday. Maybe. Doesn't look much different, I know. But there we go. This is Xenia. She's a Nora Corbett. Let's see, I'll get the picture up to show you what she should look like. Okay, there we go. That is Xenia. And I worked on this bit down here. So it's not very exciting because she does not look much different. But I'm also super rushed this morning. Slept in later than what I normally do. And it's just been havoc all morning. Right, let me get my wheel up. Right, today yesterday I ended up having, the reason I didn't stitch is because I just had a completely zoned day. So I have brushed my hair. It doesn't look like it. I do look a little bit like I slept in a skip. But I have actually got up and made myself look more presentable than I was. I know it doesn't look like it, I'm sorry. Yesterday I had just like a completely zoned out today. Also ignore all this stuff in the background. This is the kids dumping their stuff at the front door. That's my front door there. So that they can like grab it on the way out to school. Waffling, sorry. Yeah, yesterday was just a completely zoned day. Happens sometimes, my brain just decides to shut down and do nothing. Executive dysfunction. Super fun. So today I now have a million things to do. But I'm going to try and fit some stitching in as well. Boyfriend's going to be getting here tonight and he's going to be here for the weekend, so I probably won't get any stitching done tonight or tomorrow. I'll maybe get some done on Sunday though. I need to catch up with my hairstyle because, shockingly, I'm behind on it. I'm enjoying stitching it. It's just because it's so big and I have to get my threads out and I have to, you know, I kind of just like sit there and quickly knock out 5 minutes on it or quickly knock out a few stitches on it. I have to like sit down and do a chunk of it. The way that my brain works. I know other people can just be like, oh, just put a thread in, it'll be fine. I can't do that. The way that my brain works is because I'm doing Royal Rose, I need to do at least 200 stitches, which doesn't actually take that long on some of the blocks because some of the blocks have got quite big chunks of colour in them. Some of them are very confetti heavy though, and yeah, I don't know, I need to get my brain out of this thinking I need a big chunk of time to sit down, because I don't really. I just need a bit of time. But yeah, I'm going to be catching up on that on Sunday. So let's see, what else am I going to be working on today and over the weekend? Harley! Awesome. So, let's get Harley. I've already worked on her this week, so you will have already seen her. She's the printed cross stitch. And I'm actually quite glad, there we go. I'm actually quite glad that this one popped up because it is nice, very, very easy, brainless stitching. Especially the bit that I'm at the minute when I'm just filling in it's the yellow, which as you can see is a large portion of the pattern. Because it's the yellow that I'm doing, I'm not even having to like look for the stitches or anything. So it's a super, super easy thing to stitch on. It's, again, just making sure I have time to sit down and do some. So yeah, I'm happy that that's come up because that's probably the easiest stitch that I've got at the moment. Oh, I've got the rugby's on tomorrow. I'm not really much of a sports fan, but I do like watching the rugby. And tomorrow is the opening match of the Six Nations, and it's Scotland and Italy. So if you don't know, I'm Scottish, my boyfriend's Italian, so he's not like a huge rugby fan, but he does like sitting watching it with me, and he just likes doing things that I like to do, just like I like doing things that he likes to do. So we're going to sit and watch the rugby together tomorrow. We were going to go out and watch it in a pub, but yeah, I think we're going to make some snacks and get some drinks and just have a nice chill afternoon in the house, because it's still bleeding miserable outside. It's raining and windy and cold. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be rugby. Sunday, Sunday's usually just a nice chill day. He meal preps for the week, and he does his cooking here. So he'll be doing that on Sunday, and I'll be chilling it and watching him. He's a very good cook. It's nice. It's actually such a nice thing, because I was that used to me having to be the one to do everything all the time in my previous relationship. Like in 11 years, I've never once had a meal cooked for me. Even when I was ill, even after I'd like had operations and all sorts of stuff, I never had a meal cooked for me. And now I do. And he doesn't do all the cooking. We both do bits here and there. And yeah, it's so nice. He actually does stuff. He cleans up after himself as well, washes the dishes. So I actually do get to have a nice relaxing weekend. That's a mega tangent. Right, I'm going to go. I will be back next week. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and has time to do whatever it is that you want to do. Be that stitching, be that relaxing, be that staring off into space for 2 days, which is what I did yesterday. Whatever it is, I hope everything's good. I hope everybody's fine, and I will see you next week. Bye.